Hi everyone, it's Amber from The Sensible Mama. Today's 5 Ways Wednesday, and today I'm going to show you 5 ways to choose between two different diaper bags that are kind of similar. That's the Jujube Be Prepared and the Jujube Super Bee. Now I realize that today is not Wednesday. I have had a horrible rash all over my face. I had some kind of like crazy reaction to some lotion that I tried, and although I like to keep it real on this channel, this rash was just like a little too real. So I waited until it was mostly over with for me to film this video, so that's why it's coming out on Thursday instead of on Wednesday. So anyway, these two bags have been highly requested to do a comparison video. They are very similar in a lot of ways, but they're also very different in a lot of ways. So the way that I go about deciding between two bags is using 5 features that fall into the acronym FUSED. That's F-U-S-E-D, and that stands for Fit, Use, Structure, Expense, and Durability. So with that said, let's go ahead and start comparing these two fantastic bags from Jujube. The first metric that I like to use is called fit, and that's all about how well the bag fits on your body and how many different ways you can wear it. When you're looking at the Be Prepared compared to the Super Bee, they're actually really similar in that regard. Both of these bags do have tote handles like you can see here, so both can be used as just an over-the-shoulder kind of handbag style bag. If you're noticing here on the screen, you can see that the drop length on the Super Bee is a lot longer than the drop length on the Be Prepared. So the Super Bee does tend to hang a little bit further down on your body than the Be Prepared does. I tend to find that the Super Bee sits right about on my hip, whereas the Be Prepared fits right underneath my arm, almost into my armpit. So that is one thing to consider when you're thinking about these two bags. If you're the kind of person that likes a longer drop length, the Super Bee might be better for you, but if you prefer the short drop length, you want the Be Prepared. Both of these bags can also be worn messenger style, which is really, really great. The Be Prepared actually comes with an included messenger strap, which I think is fantastic. This is a really nice padded messenger strap that is fully adjustable, meaning that you can make it however long or short you need it. So if you're wearing it just over the shoulder, you can shorten this strap as far as it goes and wear it nicely over the shoulder, or you can lengthen it out and wear it crossbody. And I tend to find that although this is a big, hefty bag, it actually wears pretty comfortably crossbody, which was a surprise to me. Now, the Super Bee does not come with a messenger strap when you purchase it at retail price, but it does come with these D-rings on the side. Well, these are actually cloth tabs that you can add D-rings to, or you can actually just add a messenger strap right to the tab. So as you can see here, I have added a Jujube messenger strap to this Super Bee. And now, this Super Bee has all the same functionality in terms of wear as the Be Prepared does. So both bags can be worn messenger style, over the shoulder, or tote strap style. There is a pretty substantial difference in the way that these two bags lay on the body. The Be Prepared, as you can see, is a very, very thick bag. It has all kinds of internal structure, and it really poofs out. It just kind of stays at this width, even when it's totally empty on the inside. So this bag is actually going to lay really far away from your body, which means if you are needing to be in a very small space, the Be Prepared is going to be banging into things, which can be a little bit of a problem. The Super Bee, on the other hand, is going to get as thick as you want to make it. So if you pack this really full, it will go just as wide as the Be Prepared does, and you will have a really huge bag sticking out on your hip. But because this bag is totally unstructured, you can actually empty it out, pack it really, really lightly, and it will fit on your hip in a really kind of slimline way. So this is actually something that you could carry if you were going to a crowded place. As long as you packed it kind of thinly, you would not be bumping into people, which is a good thing. So that's the food for thought on the fit of these two bags. Let's go ahead and talk about use. Now, obviously, if you're trying to choose between these two bags, you probably are either an overpacker of one baby or you have multiples that you're trying to pack for. At this stage in my life, I am packing for an almost 2-year-old toddler and a newborn baby, so I'm carting a lot of things with me on any given basis. I really love carrying both of these bags. I've actually used both of these bags with just one before my newborn came along, but these are both fantastic bags when you're packing for more than one baby. But what you really have to think about is, what are you going to be using these bags for when you're out and about? As an example, Are you going to be packing baby wearing gear with you? Are you packing fuel cells? Are you packing a pump and all the parts that go with that? These are important questions that you need to ask yourself in order to decide which of these two bags will be better for you. If you're the kind of person who just likes to toss things into your diaper bag, especially if you're a person who already packs with pouches, so you know what things are in each pouch and they're all color-coded and organized and all that stuff, you're gonna love the Super Bee. This bag is just an unstructured bag. It just has a couple of mesh pockets on the inside of it that you can slip a few things into. But other than that, it's 100% unstructured, which means you can just toss something in there, toss everything in there, and grab it out as you please. If you're the kind of person who does not like to pack with pouches, or if you just tend to like things to be a little bit more organized in general, you'll definitely prefer the Be Prepared. This bag has got all of the internal structure that you could ever wish or want for. True to form from Jujubee, all of the different internal structured areas of this bag can actually fit pouches in them anyway. So again, you can kind of, just like with the Super Bee, take pouches that you already have and put them into the Be Prepared. But if you're the kind of person who just doesn't want to deal with pouches, you can always stick things in the tons of different mesh pockets and slip pockets on the inside of the bag. For you baby wearing mamas, I'm going to honestly say that I think you might prefer the Super Bee over the Be Prepared, just because it is a little bit easier to fit all different kinds of carriers in this bag. I can fit even a toddler-sized full buckle carrier in here, a size 6 woven wrap in here, and still get all the other things in here that I need to pack with me. The Be Prepared, on the other hand, is a little bit harder for packing baby wearing things, especially when you get to the bigger babies where you are bringing along like a toddler full buckle carrier or the bigger wraps like size 6, 7 and up. But this one will fit a size 4 and below wrap pretty easily. I can also fit an Ombuhimo in here, the standard size. I've not tried a toddler size. But because of all the internal structure on the inside of this bag, it is a little bit harder to get your baby wearing gear in here. So on those baby wearing days, you might want to grab the Super Bee instead. One final thing on use. If you're going to be attaching this to a stroller, I do definitely recommend the Super Bee over the Be Prepared. The Super Bee does weigh a lot less than the Be Prepared. This Be Prepared right here is 4 pounds on its own before it's even packed up, and the Super Bee is nice and light. So I do tend to find that the Be Prepared will cause my stroller to tip over if I don't have my baby inside of it, and that is not a great experience to have. So if you're wanting to make sure that you have a nice bag on the back of your stroller that's going to let your stroller remain sturdy and not tip when there's not a child in it, you want to go with the Super Bee. So I think that's all that I have to say about use. Let's go ahead and talk about structure. This is obviously kind of a no-brainer when you look at these two bags. The Be Prepared is highly, highly structured, and the Super Bee is not structured at all. I tend to be the kind of person who prefers a structured bag over a non-structured bag. So what I love about this Be Prepared is that on the inside, not only do I have 2 separate sides where I can actually separate everything for my daughter on one side and everything for my son on the other, and everything can fit inside of the internal structure of the bag. That just tends to be what works for me the best. But I will say, I do love having a Super Bee on hand, like I said earlier, to just toss everything into and run out the door without trying to cram things into the internal structure of the Be Prepared. The Be Prepared does have a nice, spacious, roomy mommy pocket in the front that's got lots of structure in there. There are 7 different mesh or slip pockets on the inside of the bag, 2 bottle pockets, 1 on either side. There's also a very big, spacious opening here in the front for slipping anything like a change pad or a book or toys or anything else that you might have with you. And there's a nice big slot in the back for the change pad as well. The Super Bee, on the other hand, is far less structured. You get 2 small bottle pockets here on the front, as well as a very short zipper pocket here on the front. On the inside, you have 2 mesh panels across the back for slipping anything that you might not want to be rolling around on the inside of the bag. And on the back, you do have a change pad pocket, although the Super Bee does not come with a change pad the way that the Be Prepared does. So since structure for these two bags is pretty self-explanatory, let's move on to expense, which is probably what everyone cares the most about. The Super Bee is definitely the more affordable bag of the two. This Super Bee retails for around $60, whereas the Be Prepared retails for around $200. Now, I do think that the cost of the Be Prepared is worth it, especially if you're the kind of person who likes a lot of structure and organization inside of your bag, but you really can't beat $60 for a bag that will fit everything inside of it just like the Be Prepared will. Although the Super Bee does not come with its own messenger strap, you can still buy one for only $24 is the cost of these Jujubee style messenger straps. and you're still looking at less than $100 for the bag altogether versus $200 for this one. So if you're really looking for affordability, I would say go with the Super Bee. You can get a whole bunch of different Super Bees, so you have lots of different prints. But if you're looking to kind of pamper yourself and get that kind of bag that really helps you stay super organized and with it and together, you can go with the Be Prepared for sure. I will say I have tons of Super Bees. I only have one Be Prepared, and this is my go-to Be Prepared for whenever I need to pack a whole lot of things with me. All right, the last point that I want to talk about today is durability. Far and away, the Be Prepared is going to be more durable than the Super Bee. As you can see, this is a totally unstructured bag, and not only is it unstructured, but it also doesn't really have anything on the bottom to protect the bottom parts of this bag. That means that when you put this down on the floor, it is susceptible to anything that's on the floor. So this can get wet, this can get dirt and smudges and tears and anything on the bottom, because there's really nothing protecting that bottom from the elements. The Be Prepared, on the other hand, does have feet on the bottom. This is what kind of keeps your bag from touching whatever it's sitting on. So I feel much more comfortable putting my Be Prepared down on gravel or grass or dirt or whatever, because I know that it's just got enough of that elevation to keep it out of the elements. I also tend to find that the Be Prepared does hold up better over time. I think that because it's got so much structure to it, it's a very kind of thick material that it's made out of. It just seems to hold its shape a little bit better, and that means that it's going to stay looking nice for longer. The Super Bee, because it's very slouchy, there's no structure that's kind of holding it in its shape, it will eventually start to kind of conform to whatever shape you've left it in. So as an example, I left this hanging up by the tote straps for quite some time, and it happened to have a couple of little things in the bottom that I just didn't notice were in there, and now this bag is kind of permanently U-shaped. I can't seem to get it out of this kind of hoboed look, and the straps I think are now permanently in a V shape like that. So the Be Prepared will hold its overall beauty and appearance for a little bit longer than the Super Bee. Because all of the Jujube bags are able to go in the washing machine, you can definitely keep them looking nice even when they get dirty. So if you do happen to get your Super Bee stained with soda or dirt or whatever else, you can throw it in the wash and get it clean. It will come clean every time. But just keep in mind that every time you wash a bag, you do wear away at it a little bit, and it will start to show some of that wear over time. So I'm thinking if you're looking for an investment, like in a bag that you're really going to baby and take care of and that's going to stay nice over time, the Be Prepared is your girl. But if you're looking for something that is just kind of a toss-around bag that you don't mind if it starts to show wear because you paid a lot less for it, then I think you should go for the Super Bee. So guys, that's all that I have for you today. I sincerely hope that this video was helpful, and now you have a little bit better idea of which of these two bags you might prefer. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below and I will get to them as soon as I can. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know that I should make more of this style of video. And as always, if you're not already subscribed, I'd love for you to consider doing that so I can see you again. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.